Hi there. One of the things that's confusing in music is learning the aural skills to be able to tell the intervals apart was my worst fear, my worst thing that I did as an undergraduate. And I finally had a teacher who was a vocalist who came through and said, hey, try this instead. And I went home and I learned how to do it this way. He told me I needed a crutch, some melody that I knew that used that interval for every interval, and to go home and practice singing them. Now, we're going to practice listening to them separately, but I'm going to give all 12 of them to you all at the same time, right here at the beginning. The first one's the easiest one. It's called unison. We're going to start here on middle C on my piano. We're going to do all of them right now based on middle C, but they could start anywhere. But unison would be the same note. So here's a note, and then that note again. That's probably the easiest one to get. We're just going to go up the scale. So our next thing is a minor second. So here's the first note, and here's the minor second, played together. Now there's a really, really famous tune that goes with that you know is the theme from Jaws. It's a very, very tense sound. It's a very dissonant sound. The major second, half a step higher. Not quite as dissonant a sound, but still dissonant. Now, what song do you know that has that? Happy birthday to you. Not a bad one. The next one up is the minor third. And that's kind of a pretty sound, and it's a sound that we're used to hearing. And a lot of people know that as What Child Is This or Greensleeves. What child is this who lay to rest on Mary's lap is sleeping? Some other people know that as a little kid's sound. Nanny, nanny, boo-boo, my little first graders used to say. The major third is one of the most common sounds and one of the most pleasant sounds we have in music. And it's found at the beginning of When the Saints Go Marching In. Oh, when the saints go marching in, oh, when the saints... Not a bad one. Perfect fourth. And that, of course, for most of you, you'll already recognize is Here Comes the Bride. Here comes the bride. The next one has three different names. We call it the tritone. It's halfway up between one note and the octave above it. It's called an augmented fourth, because the fourth has been stretched a little, or a diminished fifth, because the fifth has been squished down a little bit. It used to be called Diabolos in Musicum, the devil in music, because it was such a terrible sound. Leonard Bernstein put it to music for Maria. Maria, Maria, I just met a girl named Maria. It's also The Simpsons. The perfect fifth you've known since you were a little kid. Very, very pleasant sound. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, twinkle, twinkle, perfect fifth. The minor sixth is a beautiful sound, and there's not nearly as many songs that use that, but there's a really famous one from back in my day and in your parents' day called the theme from Love Story. And the theme from Love Story starts on the top one and goes la da da dee da dee da dee da dee da dee dee da da dee dee. It's a really pretty sound. The major sixth is one of those notes that once you've heard that interval, you just go, oh, I know that one. And you know it because of the company NBC. And here's what the sound is. And add this note. So you've heard that NBC. Originally, it was not actually C and A and F. It was originally G, E, and C. And that was for the General Electric Corporation, and it was their little signature note. And NBC liked it so much they bought it from them. And it's a pretty sound. The minor seventh, one of my favorite Wagnerian pieces, just walks right up this 1, 3, 5, flat 7. 1, 3, 5, flat 7, minor 7. One, 3, 5, flat 7. The only chord that uses a major chord with a flat seventh on top of it is the 5-7 chord, and it's one of the most important chords we have. You'll be using it all semester long once we introduce the 5-7 chord. The major seventh, just a little bit higher than that, and there's nothing that actually starts out and goes. But there is a song that reaches just a little past it and comes back. Bali High from South Pacific. Bali High will call you. It's a really neat sound, and that seventh really, really wants to go up to 8. Then the perfect octave, like the unison, is a pretty easy one to hear. And it's also known as Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Somewhere Over the Rainbow, the perfect octave. I hope that helps and makes some sense and gives you a chance that you can go back and play them for yourselves as many times as you need to. Play them, sing along with them. It took me a long time, but you get there. It's not the easiest thing you'll ever do, I guarantee you that. But it's one of the coolest things that you'll be able to learn, and it really, really makes your ears work better.